Hi everybody and welcome back. Welcome to 2026. Can you believe it? Um Today I'm going to do a quick kind of a I'm discovering they call it a loose painting. So that'll be interesting. But I want to do a friend of mine posted some flowers on her feed that were these big yellow kind of trumpet flowers type thing, and I thought, okay, that'll be fun for my first movie of 2026. So I'm gonna put a little loose sky in here, and we'll start with that in the background, just so that you have kind of a tint in the background there. This is again that Layton paper, because I can't seem to find, Jackson won't let me go back on and buy more of their cold press papers that are 4x6. So right now I'm doing the 4x7 stuff, and we'll see how that goes. But okay, so these flowers are pretty much kind of a golden yellow. So I'm going to, and they're, like I said, they're going to be a loose. Don't think I want that in there. Well, I just got rid of that. Crazy. Let's try this again. We'll do the yellow around here. And there's yellow here. And this bush was just covered with these yellow trumpet flowers. They were in Mexico, so the weather was obviously warmer, even though we've been warm here. We have the promise that we might get snow this week. We'll see how that goes. I'm getting to where I don't hold my breath on that anymore. Hopefully you've had a good winter where you're at. And we're going to do some more. There's a whole bunch of them down here. Kind of sideways. Totally sideways. Get down. And there's some down in here. A few over here, little touches. One that hasn't bloomed yet. Sorry, I keep bumping the camera here. And then there's a couple looking down. Our trumpet flowers where we live generally tend to be quite a red-orange. So these are kind of fun that they're a bright yellow. And to have such big bush of them too. Ours usually are climbing thing that go up foam poles and stuff, or fence post type deal. I think we have. Anyway, I want to add a little bit of orange to them. Is there? More gold than just plain yellow, but it's a little bit more than I wanted. So I'm gonna kind of blot that. There we go. That's a little lighter. Just wanted to give a little depth of color, not that much. So I needed to blot that out there. There's some of the sideways. That's still too much there. Yeah, heavens. Okay, it's kind of the idea of them. Then we're gonna do some of the leaves, which are kind of a I don't know, they're kind of like little narrow leaves on these ones. They have ridges, or not ridges, but they have a lot of veins on them. And we have a branch going up here. A little bit. Keep bumping the camera. What is that? There's lots of branches or leaves down on this. Bush. then we have some up in here. I'm kind of using a mix of greens here. I have some all together in my tray and I just keep kind of blending them. And I'm using my number 10 brush. That's, you know, kind of my favorite one. Okay, we're gonna let that dry for a minute. Okay, now I'm gonna try something a little different from what I usually do when I'm doing these kind of flowers. I am going to do the insides. Then these flowers, they have an inside that's kind of orangey brown. I'm gonna do kind of a wet dip in there and see what it does with it, because see if I put enough water in the ones that I want to do this with. If I remember which ones are side and which ones are front, that's always tricky. Okay, I might have gotten that a little too wet. Because they're really, some of these are really seeping over. I didn't really do that either. Isn't it fun to learn with the painter? Which I hope that you're having fun learning with me. Okay. Now we're gonna let that dry again. Okay, looks like it's mostly dry. I bought myself some acrylic markers and I'm going to try out, it's supposed to be very fine tip. I'm not sure how that's gonna work, but I wanted to see how it would go as compared to the other markers I've used. So we're gonna kind of go in there like this. I got the white more than I really wanted the black ones, but I figured today we'd try the black ones and see how they worked with this still little thicker lines than I was hoping for. I like to use the much finer point than these. So, I'm not sure. How that works, but we are learning as we go with this, because I've not usually been one to mix media, but some of my friends inspired me with some of the stuff they do with mixed media, and I thought, well, why not? So try it and see. And kind of all in how you get a feel for it. What draws that in for you. Trying to use a lighter touch on them so it's not so heavy, but it's still kind of a thicker thing. And when they're using the white, it kind of stands out. And yellow is really bright too, so. See if I can't get some of the veins on these. These I don't have to be so light on the touch, and like I said, I'm not sure that it really makes any difference. It seems to be about the same. Whether you're light on it or not. But I just realized this one calls for ladybug. I haven't done a ladybug in a little while because ladybugs are not around in the winter. And I've been painting a lot of winter paintings, so I totally like put my little ladybug on the back burner, and I need to put a little ladybug in there. That's kind of my thing. But so we'll do the little ladybug there. And so I don't know. It's kind of interesting how that works. But I take, once again, this is probably one of those that would take a little bit of practice working into that. I'll use this one to scroll on there. But so the little ladybug, I'll head this way. So there we go. As usual, thanks for joining me, and I hope you've enjoyed this. And if you haven't already, be sure and click that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. That's always kind of encouraging to see somebody likes it. But hope you're having a great beginning into your new year. See you later.